Hello, everybody. I gotta get myself situated here. And then we can talk. There we go. How's everybody today? Oh, come on. Book of Faces, be nice. Be nice to me. Oh, yep, I'm here. I'm here. My head's cut off, but I'm here. How are y'all? Let me get a drink here. Well, I haven't been paying much attention on Facebook except watching my crafting live videos, and I just now saw that it's one of my friend's birthdays. So if she hops on, she does come on sometimes. Happy birthday, Ginger Garner. Happy birthday. Let me get us sprinkled out. Yeah. I'm feeling a little shaky. I think my husband made me a little shake kind of thing, and I think it had a little bit more sugar in it than I am used to having lately. And I can feel it. We're going to do a little bit of 4th of July celebrating today. Oh, I don't have a paper towel. Oh. I'm going to put some paint in a tray. And I do not want to paint on this napkin because I want to keep this napkin. I have big plans, and I'm telling you, probably way more than what we can get done. So we're going to get done as much as we can, and we're going to roll with it. Roll with it. So I'm in an event today with the Creative Kinship Event Group. We're going to hope for our messages to work right, our comments. Hey, Christina. Oh, you're not doing well? Probably because you didn't sleep very good last night too, huh? Hi, Tanya. So I'm in an event group today with Tanya's Crafting Creations, and our event theme is Crafter's Choice, so that makes life easy, right? We can, so to speak, some of us who have a hard time making decisions, it doesn't really make it easier because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And I haven't done any 4th of July stuff, so I thought I would go ahead and do that. But before that, I was like, well, should I do junk journaling? Because that's what I've been working on. So my table is a total train wreck over here. I've got a million of these trays out, and none of them are really clean. So, that's my story. How are y'all today? After me in our group, in our event group, is going to be Sheila's Creations and Crafts. And she's been trying to figure out what she's going to make today too. So, y'all don't realize how much planning and preparation, even when we say we come on and we don't really have anything in mind, we still do have something in mind. We're just not 100% sold on it for whatever the reason is. Because we can't make up our minds sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't come easy to us. So I'm going to make a little 4th of July craft. And I do, hey Liz, how are you, girl? Hi Cheryl, thanks for sprinkling. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I saw that she was on. You mean you don't have 3 devices? You can watch all 3 at the same time. That's funny. We are going to do like little shelf sitters, or you could put them on tiered trays. Every season I redo our fellowship hall with some little decor on a riser that I made for them. So we have 8 tables in there that I do, and so I just so happen to have enough of these little square things. That's what we're going to do today. I'm planning on covering them, decoupaging them with this American flag job, and we're going to paint these. So let's go ahead and paint these. Now I'm going to paint this big thing first and let it dry, and then we'll paint some little ones, because I'm, like I said, I'm probably not going to get all 8 of them done. I would be real shocked, you know, like Speedy Gonzales. That ain't me. We'll get some paint out here. Oh, Christina, that's not bad. Are they saying that that's bad? That's what mine was the time before last, and now it's like 5.8. So now they're saying I'm not even diabetic anymore technically, but that's because I'm on a bunch of medications. And you go off and exercise quite a bit, so I'm kind of surprised. Do you eat a lot of sweets? I'm not allowed to eat sweets. I mean, I do, but I'm not supposed to. Let's put it that way. I'm going to paint these blocks with a background coat of white. This is Waverly Plaster. I'm going to let that dry before we, and I know I just rolled it over on wet paint, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just putting a base coat before we put our napkin on there. So yeah, hi. I'm a messy crafter. Put you down a little bit so you can see more of what we're doing here. I've gotten sold on using these little pouncers to do a quick paint job if you're just trying to do a base cover kind of job. My husband was sweet enough to go out this afternoon and cut these little wood pieces. I did have them in one long strip, and I was like, you know, if you could cut these in half, that would be perfect. And then they would fit on our trays at church too. So, like I said, I'm just trying to, I'm not being fancy or neat or tidy with this. We're just trying to get a base coat on here. Here's one. Look at how messy my fingers already are. We'll do a couple of these and get them painted up and drying. And we'll paint our little pieces. And that way, because I want you to be able to see at least one finished. And sometimes I can be really fast and other times I'm not so fast. So it just depends. Yeah, and even 6.7 is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, mine was 5.8. That's why they decreased my medicine. But I'm thinking I'm going to call the doctor back and ask her if she wants me to go ahead and, well, I shouldn't jump the gun because she'll probably tell me to do whatever I think. But with this foot broken, I did break my foot. For those of you who do not know, I fell last week trying to play pickleball. My daughter told me, she's like, Mom, you got to be careful. You're not a spring chicken anymore. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. I thought pickleball was for old people. Apparently, I'm too old for that. So I've had it wrapped up in ice and elevated and all those things for a week. And, well, Monday I said, all right, I think I need to go in. And it started to bruise on Saturday. I did it on Wednesday. So it took like 3 days for the bruising to come up. It was that deep. So the swelling never has, the swelling's gone down a little bit, but it's still swollen. It never got real swollen. You know, like I blew out my ankle one time and man, it was like a football was in there. But I think the ankles are a lot more soft tissue, and so therefore they swell up really badly. whereas this is on the top of my foot and on the bottom of my foot. It's crazy. I don't think Christina is typically on medication is her big concern, Liz. I don't think she is anyway. I've never heard her talk about that. And being post-op from a surgery, if you're going to have problems, that's when you're going to have it. That's what I was talking about maybe calling my doctor and saying, okay, you just took me off this one. Do you want me to go ahead and go back on it? Because if your body is stressed from an infection or an injury, your blood sugars will get out of whack. But so far mine are not. I have been checking them and they're not. So that's why I was like, well, I'm sure she's going to tell me just keep an eye on them. If they start to get bad, then go back on it. But it does sound like, I think they're going to have to do surgery, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm waiting to hear back from the orthopedic doctor, because that's who will make that decision. My primary care doctor, though, did say that they don't usually do surgery unless the bone is displaced. Well, mine is displaced in 2 areas. So, this chalk paint is thick. I need to start working through some of my supplies and getting busy with it. I've just not been regular crafting much lately. I've been doing a lot more junk journaling. Can you guys see these little cutouts, even with those blocks in the way? I think you're okay. I'm going to go through and paint some of these. I'm not going to do them all the same. They're going to go on different ones of those. What do you want to call those? Shim pieces. And yeah, I do have a bunch of these little wood cutouts. I actually think I got these from Tanya last July. And when I got them, I think it was too late to do like 4th of July stuff. She sent them to me in Happy Mail. Do you remember these, Tanya? I don't know if she's watching or busy doing something on her computer. She helps out a lot of different people, so she may be busy. Yeah, that'll be good. See, I wish I had more of these. I thought I had a little makeup sponge I had thrown over here. Darn it. I'll use my water to try to clean it up the best we can. I don't have a paper towel in here. I'm just not very prepared, you guys. Not very prepared. So anyway, that's what's going on in my world. So I guess it's a good thing that I have a lady that has helped me with housekeeping. Let's see if there's another squeegee thing in my box over here. That might work for the blue, but it's not going to work for the white. I'm going to use this one for the white. Because I can't go up and down the steps at our resort to clean rooms right now. I have my foot in a boot, in an air cast is what they call it. I am not seeing any comments. Are we having comment issues again today? I hope that's not what's going on. I like pouncing them because I like the textured look it leaves when I do those little things like that. My Bible is sitting right down here on the floor, and I'm like, I hope that's not getting paint on that. I don't move it over. Alright, we're going to do blue on a few. These are all Waverly's. This is the blue is Ocean, and Plaster is the white, and then the red I think is Crimson. No, Lacquer. Just kind of a red, a cherry red. I'm just using what I got. And I could have mixed up some, add some dark color to that red to get it that barn red, like what, what's her name, Tanya, is it Tanya or Tanya, that was on earlier. She was doing a cute 4th of July thing, and she was using that, a barn red that was really pretty. I really liked it. She does, her and T's Crafty Ranch is who started us out, and she does like I do with some home decor colors. You get the little paint samples like from Lowe's or Home Depot. Both those girls do that. It's really a smart thing to do. We've got one more that needs white. Because it's really a good quality paint, and it's a lot cheaper to do it like that, and you don't need a big a big bulb. Okay, so that is all painted up, and we have 3 of those painted, and it's looking like a lot of those are dry, or dry-ish, let's say. Hey, my friend Judy! Hey girl, how are you? Did you see I had watched your live the other day? I miss you, my sweet friend. I was thinking about you, and I was like, where is she? I haven't seen her in any groups lately. I gotta turn my dryer on here. So you guys, I'm in the Creative Kinship event group hosted by Tanya's Crafting Creations. And up after me is Sheila's Creations and Crafts. And then up after her is going to be Country Lovin' Market. That's Bev. And then Glitzy Yaya Michelle will be on. And then we will end up with Tanya's Crafting Creations. She's our host. So that is how the lineup is going to go today. We started out earlier today. I think it was noon my time. No, I don't remember. I might be lying to you. You too, girl. I was just telling the story. I broke my foot in 2 places playing pickleball last week, so I'm waiting to hear from the orthopedic surgeon on when to come in and see him. I'm very grateful that my A1Cs have gotten down, speaking of that, because those surgeons don't like operating on diabetic feet. I missed some paint here. When their A1Cs are not good, you know. So, luckily, my last one was really good, so that's good. That's good news. Need some good news around here right now. The resort business has been very, very slow this summer so far. And I've only been in the pool once since this happened. I haven't been in it since it happened. I got in it once before this happens, what I should say. Judy, it's like Old Home Week, right? Get this stuff dry. Dry, dry. Dry, dry. Could go ahead and paint a few more of those blocks because I have more paint out and I have more blocks standing. While those are drying. Paint a couple more. So I am making these for the risers at our church fellowship hall. I usually put, like a little vase with some red, white, and blue flowers and a flag in it. So this year we'll put these on there too. So every year I add a little bit more to that tray. And I did make the trays that I put in there. So today's Wednesday. What are you guys up to today? Anything fun and exciting? Liz, I'm surprised to see you on so early. Do you not work on Wednesday? I think the last time I watched a live of yours, you were talking about getting a new job, maybe. So maybe that's why you're on in the middle of the day. Paint on that. If you guys could see my little side table over here, it's, like I said, I've been paper crafting, so it's a mess. Seriously. Seriously a mess. Well, we were supposed to have Vacation Bible School at the end of July, and I'm the one who's supposed to be doing all the planning for it, so I think we're going to back that off into August and give my foot time to heal. I can get all the planning done while I'm held up and can't do anything. And I have a friend's wedding that I've been working on her flowers for, and she just texted me, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, oh God, I gotta tell her I broke my foot. But I can do her arrangements. I'm like, that's not the problem. It's setting them up, the day of. And her wedding's the 1st of August. So I'm just hoping that this is all better by then. Quick healing in the name of Jesus. That's what I'm claiming. Quick healing. I'm leaving some ends so I don't have to get my fingers all in it. Well, welcome back, Christina. I know I don't have full coverage on these, but we gotta get some more paint out. Yes, we do. It's 3:20. We're doing good on time. Of course, I gotta still do the decoupage on here. I've got to decoupage still. This paint's so thick. It's a mess. It's a mess, I tell you. It's funny, do your kids have kind of like a second sense about if something's going on with you? Like all of a sudden you don't hear from them and then you do something like injure yourself and they call, "What are you up to, Mom?" I'm like, well, it's kind of like this. Oh, so you guys know how I got chickens in the spring? I got those little birds, those little chicks. Well, we have put them out with our big birds, and I have some sad news. I lost one of my big birds. She was being mean to the little ones, and she was relentless about it. So we had watched a bunch of stuff on YouTube about how to integrate your flock. So my husband said, well, she won't let up, so I think we need to separate her from the flock. So the theory is you separate them from the flock, and then you give them a few days, you know, maybe a week at the most, and then you put them back in. And in the meantime, your flock has gotten acclimated to your new birds and accepted them. And then when that one that's being a bully gets back in, then she's got to reestablish her pecking order, and so she'll leave them alone, hopefully, or accept them or whatever. So that's what we did. So we had a separate little pen that we had the little birds in. And we had already integrated the little birds in with the others. So we took that bird out that was being mean, and we put her in that separate pen where the little birds had been. And that's all right, Christina. You go take care of yourself. Maybe you need to go take some ibuprofen, my friend. Christina just had surgery, for those who don't know. So anyway, that's what we did with the birds. And we put our mama bird into the pen where she would be by herself away from her flock. Well, about 5 days went by, and I was just about to tell my husband, I think we need to try to put her back in. That night, something got into that coop, and flat just took her. I mean, nothing was left but some feathers. So I don't know what it was. Doyle thinks maybe it was a raccoon. I don't know. Whatever it was big enough it carried her off. I don't know if he killed her while she was in the pen. That's what I suspect. Because it was a pretty tight little pen where she wouldn't have been able to run and get away. And so anyway, it just made me really sad. And I felt like a bad chicken mom because I put her in that, away from her flock. But she was being a bully, you guys. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Rita. Thanks for sprinkling. Okay, I'm going to take my pen, like one of these little chalk marker pens, or now let's use this oil paint pen if it work, and kind of do a little bit of detailing on these little cutouts that I've got painted here. I think you can see it. Yeah, it was sad, Teresa. And here's the crazy thing. I think one of my new birds is actually a rooster, which I'm not going to be very happy about. Everybody's like, well, don't you want baby chicks? I'm like, no, I don't. Trying to see which of these will work better, because sometimes they don't work so good. I gotta put my foot up, y'all. That's wild. So anyway, it was sad. I feel bad. So we got 3 little ones that are not big enough to start laying yet, and 2 that are laying. So we'll have a total of 5. We were gonna have 7, because if you were following me when I got them, the little ones, I'd actually got 4 babies and one of them died in the first 24 hours. But I wasn't real sad about that because I kind of knew she was going to. I shouldn't have taken her. I should have just left her there. But she was in the cage with the others, so I thought, well, don't want to break up the flock. See, this is what happens to me all the time. They start to dry up. Mm-hmm. Let me see. Let's try this. No, it's just not going to look good. Alright. Anybody got any good vacation plans? You know, we don't vacation in the summer because of the resort. We vacation in the winter. We were hoping to save up enough money to go to Hawaii, but I don't know if that's going to happen this year. My husband hurt his knee, earlier in this season, a couple months ago. And so we've had some additional medical bills, and he hasn't been booking as many trips. The economy's got people holding on to their money a little bit tighter. His boss is about to have another baby. They're about to have their third. So I think they've been kind of holding on to some of their monies, which means they're not giving Doyle as many trips as they used to. But that's alright. When we bought the resort, we were supposed to go to Hawaii that year. We had been saving and even had reservations, and we canceled them because this is what we wanted. So it'll be alright. If I don't get to go anywhere, I'll probably go see my son and my grandkids in Texas. I am going to make some little, like, tiered tray, these little blocks decorated red, white, and blue. That's what I'm working on. I got to make 8 of these for the church. So I probably ought to go ahead and try to put one together. This marker is not as dark as that other one. I really liked it. There it goes. Making a little patriotic thing for a tiered tray. I don't think you were on here, but I think I got all these little wood cutouts, or a lot of them, from Happy Mail from Tanya last year. I think this will make them stand out a little bit more. I'm going to put them on, we're going to decoupage a napkin over these blocks that are red, white, and blue. The napkin is, at least on some of them, maybe not all of them. Do I have a toothpick? Here, I can use my use the pokey tool. I got some paint in my wording, and I don't like the way that looks. That's better. So Rita, what do you like to craft with? What's your favorite? Is it wood? Is it paper? Is it mixed media? Do you like to stencil? I do a little bit of it all, but right now I'm really into paper crafting. Okay, so here's my napkin that we're going to do the decoupage on there. So I need a little piece of tape so I can get it apart from itself, you know. You know how we do. Get those layers off of there. I liked this napkin because it's kind of got a washed out, not bright. Teresa, I'm just glad that when Doyle went out there and found that chicken, that she was totally gone, that it wasn't like a bloody mess or something, because my mom had told me some pretty horrific stories about going out, and I guess, I don't know if it's a fox or something will get in there in your hen house and just like take their heads off. I'm like, ooh, that's gross. I didn't want that happening to my chickens. I'm going to move these over here. Let's see if we can get paint on my laptop. No, not really. We don't want to do that. That might upset my husband a little bit. Let's hold this up. Trying to keep my mat cleaner than normal. I said trying. All right, so how do we want to do this? I was kind of thinking just like this. Except you just rolled over on the tape. I think that is how we're going to do that. Let me cut this down a little bit, and that way maybe we won't waste as much. Maybe right down the middle. What would that get us? That would get us 6 done like that, I believe. As long as I can get half, you know. Do like 4 and 4. Let me get a drink here. So don't forget, if you are not a member of the Creative Kinship Event Group, it's a free group, and it's real easy to join it. All you gotta do is click on that link that's in my description up there and request, and you don't have to like present online. You can just watch all the presenters. I'm looking for this, and it's right there. I'm almost out, so I'm just going to use my lid to hold my Mod Podge. And I got a fan brush. Ooh, that's kind of chunky. That may not be good. I do have other Mod Podge, it's just not matte. And I like the matte. I hope you guys are enjoying watching the event today. And I hope you'll stick around and watch everybody. Sprinkle us out, and if you're not following any of the presenters and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and give them a like and a follow. And then Facebook, in theory, will let you know when they go live. I say in theory because nothing is certain in this world. Nothing. Okay, I think I got it on the sides. I'm not going to do the ends. See, this is just a little thing from my stash of stuff. I didn't buy anything new for this. So you guys probably have something you can do similar with. These little blocks of wood, I think they even sell these little blocks of wood at Dollar Tree, if I'm not mistaken. That's not where I got mine. They were in my stash probably from my mom, if I had to guess. And you could even tear that and make it not be a straight little line. There's one. We'll let that guy dry, and while it's drying, we'll do another one. I'm just pushing down that seam. And then we'll sand those edges off. So this is an easy craft. Not too terribly time consuming. If you weren't making 8 of them, you know, you'd already be done. I got a bunch of globs in my Mod Podge. It's kind of gross. I think somebody called those Mod Podge boogers. Kind of yucky. So I want to thank Tanya for letting me be in her event. I used to do her Wednesday events all the time. Then life happened, right? As it does to all of us. Oh, I just tore that. We're going to have to hide that, dude. I have to put one of our wood cutouts right over that. That's no bueno. I was rubbing too hard. But that is the good thing about painting your block underneath. And I don't mind that there's a little bit of wrinkling in this. I really don't. Because you almost don't even see that little tear, do you? I may not do anything with it. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, let's do another one. And then I think I'll put some together so you can see what they're going to look like. Before we run out of times. So I have been binge watching on Prime a TV show called The Heart of Dixie. And it's really kind of just a lighthearted, funny kind of show. My husband has actually been watching it with me, which totally floored me. It's somewhat clean, you know, compared to most of what's on TV nowadays. Which is why I think he's been watching it with me. And it's about a young surgeon whose father was a general practitioner in a small town, and this is not enough to cover that. And her mother lied to her whole life about who her father was. And her father shows up at her medical, I don't know what you would call it, like college graduation from medical school. And he doesn't introduce himself, and she's just like, well, this is really random and weird. Who is this guy? And he's like, I came to offer you a job. And she's like, no, you don't understand. I'm not going to be a general practice doctor. I'm going to be a cardiac thoracic surgeon like my dad, because she thinks that her stepdad is her father. Well, then she finds out that this man dies, that's her dad, and he leaves her his practice in this small town, and she ends up not getting an internship at this big hospital that her dad works at, that she just assumed she would get because of who her dad was. So it goes on from there. You know, she moves to this little bitty town. She's not from around there, you know, and she don't act like they act, and it's just really funny. There's a lot of humor in it. Okay, so let's put a few of these together. We still have about 10 minutes. Thanks for hanging tight with me, y'all. You're awfully quiet out there, so I don't know if you're commenting and I'm just not seeing it or what the scoopage is there, but thanks for hanging out. I think this is dry enough that we can sand it. Let me put a little dry on this just to make sure. I don't want to screw it up. That is a thin napkin now. Okay, I had some sandpaper. Where is it? Hi, Sheila. Are you getting ready to go next? Did you figure something out? I have a little, well, we call them poof chairs, you know, like those little ottomans that you can move around in your living room. I have a couple of them stacked up underneath my craft table so I can elevate my foot while I'm on live. It's kind of hurting a little bit today. Yesterday was a really good day for it, and it didn't bother me at all. So there's one of our blocks. Let's see. Let's add some zhuzh. And then I have either some kind of rustic, not rustic, but more of that dark tone cording. I don't know that I like that so much, but I do have this that I got at the thrift store for $2. It's a big roll of, pay attention how you're opening it, it's got a Ziploc bag. Red, white, and blue, kind of nice. You've been folding laundry? Oh, God love you. That's what I did yesterday. Yeah, you're doing patriotic too. So seems like it's the time. This is the first patriotic craft I've done so far. I don't know, maybe that cording would look better. This is awfully bright. And I could make just a little bow. What do you guys like? Which one of these? I kind of like this cord. The cord or the ribbon. And I can either do a bow or I can just do like on either side, just do, you know, like just go around it. Like so. Maybe I would like it better on this other end. We could always dirty that up a little bit. I think that's what my issue is with it. You can always add a little photo, vintage photo to it. See if we like it better like that. You like the ribbon, Teresa? Let me dirty it up and see if we like it better. Kind of grunged a little bit. Grungy, grungy. Yeah, I like it grunged. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let us do it. Alright, we're going to glue these dudes down. I'm just using hot glue because it's not going to be in the sun or any such thing. It'll be alright. Ooh, I just burned my finger. That ain't cool. And then we're going to put a little piece of glue right there. And we're going to go like so. There we go. There is one done. Oh, I'm doing all right, babe. Sheila, you're funny. Little dirty person. I should have not put it so far over to the edge, but that's okay. So that'll look cute with a little 4th of July flower arrangement on a tiered tray, right? I think so. Let's make another one. We got a couple more over here, and we got a couple more minutes, and let's do it. That is still sticky. Let's try a different one. Here we go. I'm having a little bit more pain today, Wendy, than I did yesterday, and I'm not sure if this boot, if I'm wearing it too tight. Kind of got that like pins and needles thing going on. I wish that doctor would call me so I could ask some questions. Okay, there's that one. Let's do the rocket's red flare. The bombs bursting in air. And I thought I had a blue star. Here we go. We'll do those like that. So like I said, I want to thank Tanya for having me be in her group and in her event. And we're going to dirty this dude up a little. I know you are, honey. Thank you, Wendy. I know you are praying for me. I have all kinds of prayer warriors praying for me. I really appreciate that. I just hate it. You know, Wendy, when we were talking earlier, I forgot to tell you, I also am supposed to be helping my friend with her daughter's wedding, August 1st. I've been working on her bouquets and stuff, and in my true fashion, probably procrastinating a little bit, and now I don't have it all done, and now I've got this I've got to deal with. So she just texted me and asked me how I was doing, and I'm like, huh, well, here's the current situation. And I mean, I'm almost done with it, and I'm sure I can get it done, but she's like a type A, and she's probably freaking out, so I had to tell her, don't worry, I will get it done. Oh, it's 3:58. I just have a few more minutes. So there's number 2. Let's make a little spot of glue back here. Yeah, I like them. I think they're super cute. So we got 2 totally done. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Wendy, if I'm wearing it too tight. Sheila, I was trying to play pickleball and I fell and broke my foot. Actually, I moved wrong and broke my foot, and then I fell on my butt. But that's what we have so far. Those 2, these would be kind of cool if you stacked them all up. You had them in the same direction. Could make like a palette sign out of them. That'd be fun. Yeah, maybe I'll have time now. Wendy, have you done your that journal thing I sent you a link for? I just did the intro today. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little slow to start, so we'll have to see. Y'all have a good night. Refresh your page and join Sheila, because she's right there ready to get going on her craft, all right? So thanks again, Tanya. Thanks, Creative Kinship Event Group, for putting on a wonderful event today. Bye, guys.